Can you hear me in the back?
Go.
I'd like to call our meeting to order. Could we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So before we start the meeting, we did celebrate a birthday yesterday. Chief, happy birthday. Megan, call the roll.
Trustee Lautner is absent. Trustee Zara?
Here.
Trustee Council?
Here.
Trustee Sheehan?
Here.
Trustee Stewart is absent. Trustee Caputo?
Here.
President DeCipio?
Here.
A quorum is present, Mr. President.
Thank you, Megan. Any public participation? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. President. The items on this evening's consent agenda are as follows. A, approval of minutes. 1, Village Board meeting, November 28th, 2023. 2, Village Board meeting, December 12th, 2023. 3, Village Board work session meeting, January 9th, 2024. B, action, 2023 property tax abatements. Motion 1, to approve an ordinance abating the tax hereto levied for the year 2023 to pay the principal of and interest on $3,495,000 general obligation refunding bonds, alternate revenue source, Series 2014 of the Village of LaGrange Park, Cook County, Illinois, and 2, to approve an ordinance abating a portion of the taxes heretofore levied for the year 2023 to pay debt service on general obligation corporate purpose bonds, Series 2016 of the Village of LaGrange Park, Cook County, Illinois. C, action, accounts payable and payroll summary. Motion 1, to authorize the president and chairperson of the Finance Committee to sign the register for bills and authorize the treasurer and village clerk to sign checks in payment of operating bills and salaries as itemized in the check registers. And motion 2, to authorize the village treasurer and village clerk to sign checks in the payment of payroll and other bills that become due between this date and the next village board meeting, with subsequent approval of the payroll register and voucher register by the Board of Trustees at its next meeting.
Motion to approve consent agenda is presented.
So moved.
Second.
Megan, call the roll.
Trustee Zara?
Yes.
Trustee Council?
Yes.
Trustee Sheehan?
Yes.
Trustee Caputo?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously, Mr. President.
Thank you, Megan. And moving on to village manager's report, Julia.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have 2 items to report on this evening. The first is an update on the garbage contract. Staff is working on the renegotiation for a 5-year extension with LRS. Maggie has been working with LRS on updated pricing. The preliminary numbers look favorable to what we were seeking, and they were very responsive to the board's feedback. We anticipate that this issue, the 5-year extension with LRS, will be back to the village board with minor language changes to the contract at the February meetings, both the work session for discussion and approval at the board meeting. The second item I would like to report is just a little bit of early information to Trustee Consul's report, Administration Department report regarding the State of the Village reception, which will be taking place on Monday, February 12th at Post 031, which is open to the public. We welcome everyone. Staff wanted to let the board know that we are extending invitations out to our volunteers, our committees and commissions, our legislators, and thus far we have received RSVPs in the affirmative from Speaker Welch and our lobbyist, Mike Zaleski. And that's just the update at this time, and we'll give you updates as they come in. And with that, that concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Julia. Moving on to Administration Committee, Trustee Council.
Thank you, President DeCipio. The administration report is as follows. State of the Village reception. The village is hosting a State of the Village reception on Monday, February 12th from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. at Post 031. Community members are invited to drop in and join officials and staff for a recap of the village's accomplishments over the past year. At the reception, we will present a special State of the Village video, which will then be available on the village's website and on social media. The village offices will be closed on Monday, February 19th in observance of President's Day. Regular office hours will resume on Tuesday, February 20th at 9 a.m. HELP program, HELP. The village is once again offering its Help Everyone in LaGrange Park program this winter to connect older adult residents and persons with disabilities with volunteers who are offering snow shoveling services. LaGrange Park residents who request assistance will be provided a list of available volunteers and are responsible for contacting volunteers and scheduling their services. Contact Sandy Backledge at the Village Hall to sign up for the program, 708-354-0225. Volunteer applications and resident request forms are also available on the village's website. Village News. Residents are encouraged to sign up for the village's weekly electronic newsletter, also known as e-briefs, to stay up to date on important local news. E-briefs includes regular updates to keep residents informed of development projects, community events, and much more. Visit the village's website to subscribe. The second item on my agenda tonight is the Cook County Paid Leave Ordinance. The general background. On December 14, 2023, the Cook County Board of Commissioners passed significant amendments to the former Cook County Earned Sick Leave Ordinance, shifting to the Cook County Paid Leave Ordinance. The Earned Sick Leave Ordinance previously outlined conditions during which earned sick leave could be used. The Paid Leave Ordinance, Ordinance number 24-0583, requires Cook County employers to offer up to 40 hours of paid leave that can be used by employees for any reason. The new ordinance took effect on December 31st, 2023, and enforcement will begin on February 1st, 2024. With the Cook County Earned Sick Leave Ordinance, Ordinance number 16-4229, was adopted in 2016, the village amended Title 11 Business Regulations of the Municipal Code to include a new Chapter 119 titled Conflicts with Certain Home Rule County Ordinances. This section states that the village will follow all applicable federal and state laws as they relate to minimum wage and sick leave requirements of employers and opt out of participating in the county ordinance. Since the new paid leave ordinance supersedes the pre-existing Cook County Sick Leave Ordinance, village staff recommends amending Chapter 119 to be consistent with the new County Paid Leave Ordinance. Staff prepared the attached ordinance to amend the code and refer to paid leave, sick leave, and vacation leave as opposed to sick leave only. This item is for discussion and action. Therefore, I'd like to make a motion to approve an ordinance amending Chapter 119 of Title 11 of the Municipal Code of LaGrange Park.
A motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion second, discussion, trustee council.
Well, since we're bound, based on our previous discussions, that we're bound by this ordinance and this code change, I have to support this. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee council. Any comments from the board? Seeing none, Megan, call the roll.
Trustee Zara?
Yes.
Trustee Council?
Yes.
Trustee Sheehan?
Yes.
Trustee Caputo?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously, Mr. President.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you, trustee council.
Thank you, President DeCipio.
Building and zoning committee, trustee Zora.
Thank you. I'd like to present the building department activities for December of 2023. 47 building permits were issued in 2023 compared to 42 in December 2022. As of December, the pace of permit submittals year to date is lagging the pace of submittals at this time last year by approximately 6%. Estimated construction costs for the month were just over $1.2 million, which is significantly less than the $56.9 million that was realized in December 2022. This decrease can be attributed to the extensive Plymouth Place activity that had occurred the previous year in 2022. Permit fees collected last month were over $25,000, which is less than the $485,881.96 for the permit fees collected in December 2022. Once again, the significant decrease can be attributed to the Plymouth Place permitting that had occurred the previous year in 2022. 140 building inspections were conducted this past month compared to 132 in December 2022. 9 inspections were not approved. Total of 4 new code enforcement cases were recorded last month. All new cases need further enforcement actions since none were able to be closed out. And that's all I have to report. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Zora. Engineering and capital projects, Trustee Zora. Could you do that one too, please?
And the report for engineering capital projects for December of 2023. Design work has started for the 2023-2024 sewer cleaning and televising program. This is a yearly maintenance program in the village. After completion, the contractor will provide videos and data logs of all the sewers inspected. This information will be reviewed to determine if any sections of the sewers need point repairs or are good candidates for sewer lining. It is important to keep combination sewers clean so they're capable of discharging as much flow as possible. Design work has started for the 2023-2024 sewer lining project. This is a yearly maintenance program in the village that involves lining sections of the sewer that are in poor condition before they are in need of a complete replacement. This year, both combination sewers and storm sewers will be candidates for the lining. Design work has started for the 2023-2024 sewer repair program. This program involves point repairs on sewers located throughout the village that were identified by recent televising and cleaning projects. The sewer sections identified for repair represent isolated segments of the sewers that need replacement to keep from collapsing or have excessive infiltration through the joints or pipe cracks. And that's all I have to report. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Zora. Public Safety Committee, Trustee Caputo.
Yes, thank you, President DeCipio. I have the police department summary of activities through December of 2023. In addition to the attached statistic summaries, the following items are being reported to apprise the village president and board trustees on current police department operations for November and December, along with all activities for the 2023 year. Total numbers of crimes reported in 2023 are almost identical to those reported in 2022, with 325 reported in 23 compared to 324 in 2022. Overall, police activity for 2023 ended the year at 12,783 total incidents. The self-initiated officer activity, including park, building, business, and residential checks, is a contributor to the total incidents. Traffic enforcement citations ended the year at 1,845, which includes parking, compliance, local ordinance, and state-issued citations. The police department filled 5 full-time police officers vacancies in 2023, with 4 of those 5 being sent to a state-certified police academy. The police department staff took part in 6,030.5 hours of training, either in person or online. Several members of the department became certified instructors on specialty topics through the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board. This total does include police academy training and field training hours for the new officers. The number of contacts that the police department has had with juvenile offenders in 2023 remains stagnant. The LaGrange Park Police Department will continue to utilize a multitude of programs throughout the year to assist with juvenile matters. Some of those programs consist of the Youth Outreach Services, the Child Advocacy Center, and Presence Healthcare Social Services Division, to name a few. The LaGrange Park Police Department continues to contract a part-time police social worker through Presence Health to assist us in following up with incidents that involve domestic issues, elder care, juvenile runaways, and mental health issues. And many special events and community-based programs will continue in 2024. National Night Out, Shop with a Cop, Coffee with Police Department staff, and Illinois Special Olympics fundraising events, along with many more programs, are eagerly waiting to get going. In 2023, the police department began the process of obtaining accreditation through the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police. The accreditation process is extensive and includes an in-depth review of the internal policies and procedures of the department. We hope to have this process finalized before May of 2024. Please follow the police department on our Facebook page at LaGrange Park Police Department, our Twitter account at LaGrange Park PD, and Instagram at LaGrange Park PD. A friendly reminder about securing one's personal property at all times. Please lock your vehicles and residence, especially during overnight hours. Keep valuables properly secured and out of sight at all times. In addition, please be aware of any scheduled package deliveries And if feasible, please request an in-person delivery, which requires a signature upon the dropping off of said package. And if you have any questions, please, contact us for any additional information that you need. That concludes the police report. Let me give you the fire department report for December of 2023. As requested for insertion into the village board meeting agenda package, the following is a brief summary of the fire department activity highlights for the month of December. As usual, a more comprehensive monthly report is kept within the department for your review. EMS incidents this month equaled 157. There were a total of 1,881 in 2023 compared to 1,769 in 2022. Fire rescue incidents this month equaled 38. There were a total of 539 in 2023 compared to 595 in 2022. Personnel assisted with providing Santa and delivering him to the village's annual tree lighting event. The Fire Department Foundation held its annual Santa brunch for firefighters, children, and families. Our annual Santa parade and mobile food drive was conducted. Thanks to all village staff who helped out and or participated, and the public that came out or donated. A pickup truck load of food, about 13 LRS containers, were brought to each pantry, Beds Plus, Holy Gardens, and Westchester. Following the passing of their background checks and medical exams, 9 new paid on-call candidates were hired. They start with Basic Operations Fire Academy this month. The Fire Department Foundation held its annual meeting followed by an annual internal audit. A new budget was presented and approved with modifications. All appear to be in order with the audit. Captain Seneca and Chief Magos attended the Fire Academy graduation for PSI Paramedic Garcia. A retirement gathering was held for Captain Jim Gruska, who retired from his POC fire captain position. Personnel conducted multiple days of pre-fire planning and building familiarization walkthroughs at Plymouth Place campus as the new development was issued occupancy. Thanks to public work employees who removed old carpeting from and painted the fire chief's office. And a couple incidents of interest. On Friday, December 1st at 211, Engine 211 responded to the 1500 block of West 16th Street in Cicero for a 311 level alarm at an apartment building fire in Cicero. Firefighters worked at the fire until just after 7 a.m. And on Friday, December 15th at 4:52 a.m., we responded to a significant single vehicle crash near 29th and Grange Road, where an SUV left the roadway and ended up in the heavily wooded area. The driver was semi-conscious, had a compressed airway, and appeared to be suffering a medical emergency, so personnel had to rapidly extricate him. And finally, on Friday, December 15th, at approximately 8:20 a.m., the chief responded to 1901 East 31st Street for a car that struck and damaged the building. The driver was trying to park, jump the curb, and hit the building wall, slightly shifting the wall and damaging drywall on the interior tenant. And this concludes my police and fire reports.
Thank you, Trustee Caputo. Moving on to Public Works Committee, Trustee Sheehan.
Thank you, Mr. President. For December, staff repaired 2 water main breaks and replaced 1 lead service line for the month. Public Works also replaced a fire hydrant in the Jewel parking lot and completed 2 hydrant modification kits. A 10-inch water meter was replaced near Nazareth Academy, which is one of the 2 primary feeds to the complex. Leaf collection program was concluded, and all stockpiled leaves have been hauled out of the dump area. The Village Hall Directory Board was removed and refurbished by staff and is now rehung at the main entrance to Village Hall. Holiday lights were installed at the Village Hall and at Poets Corner. New lighted garland was installed on light poles in the 31st Street Business District, along with tree lighting and decorative LED snowflakes. Staff participated in the holiday parade and food drive with multiple vehicles and employees. On the last day of the month, Public Works conducted its first salt operation of the season. Street patching and parkway restorations were completed for the season, and pothole work had begun. GIS work has continued collecting data on village-owned assets, along with continued training throughout the village. Water meters were read in Section 3. 15 monthly bacterial samples were taken. Various water and sewer work orders were completed, along with resident tree concerns and general construction inquiries. Routine maintenance of the department fleet and equipment was completed, as well as the police and fire vehicles. Also, Mr. President, if I may, I'd like to offer kudos to Director Ratty and staff. It seems like one thing after the other the last couple of weeks. Either we get a lot of snow, we get ice, we get dusting. So many compliments have been had throughout the village on how lucky we are to have such safe and well taken care of streets. So make sure the guys get thank you. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Trustee Sheehan. Moving on, Finance Committee, Trustee Caputo.
Yes, President DeCipio, one moment here. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, the monthly financial update is the financial update for December 2023. This memo summarizes the village's general general fund financial performance through December 2023. The village has completed 8 months or 67% of fiscal year 2024, which began May 1st and concludes April 30th, 2024. The detailed revenue and expense report and comparison charts are also attached for review. Fiscal year to date, general funds revenue is $7,015,445 or 65.6% of the annual revenue budget, and $733,442 or 11.7% greater than last year. Property tax receipts are $1,223,889 greater than last year due to the timing issues with Cook County's tax extension and collection process. While also delayed this year, Cook County mailed out the second installment bill later in 2022, resulting in higher collections compared to this time last year. Other local taxes are lower by $96,662 or 11.5% due to lower utility and telecom tax receipts. Natural gas tax is down over 36% following the decline in prices compared to 2022. Intergovernmental receipts for the period are down $8,934 or 0.3% from last year. Sales tax continues to trend above last year, while income tax, state use tax, and personal property replacement tax are lower. A decrease in income tax was expected following the significant increase last year. Based on current Illinois Municipal League estimates, the total income tax for the fiscal year will be slightly above average. Personal property replacement tax is expected to trend lower due to a reallocation of prior year's distributions following a reconciliation by the Illinois Department of Revenue. And then licensees and registration fees are $6,901 or 2.5% lower than the prior year. Permit receipts are $488,057 or 56.2% less than the prior year, primarily due to the higher permit fees received last year for the Plymouth Place project. Charges for services are $57,346 or 7.9% lower than last year due to ambulance fee revenue offset by payments due to the state for the village's participation in the GEMT program. The state was behind in collecting their portion of the fee for 2022. Fine revenue is $14,733 or 21.1% lower than last year. Miscellaneous revenue is $182,166 or 143% greater than last year due to increased interest income. And then the total general fund expenditures of $6,517,277 are at 63.8% of the annual budget and $626,232 or 10.6% greater than last year. The increase is primarily due to the timing of the police pensions payment, which coincide with property tax collections, as well as increases in personnel costs. All departments are within budget expectations, and then there is a budget to follow. So that concludes that portion of that report. The next item on the agenda is, wait, am I reading the one about the baking? Yeah. Okay. The next item on the agenda is the 2023 banking fees. Purpose is to consider approval of payment for the 2023 banking fees. Background is the Fifth Third currently provides banking services to the village, including lockbox services for processing utility bill payments. The total banking fee for 2023 is $21,808.16. The village's previous pricing agreement with Fifth Third has expired and the fees have increased. For comparison, 2022 banking fees were $17,059.71. Staff is currently working with Fifth Third on new pricing agreement. Because of the 2023 fees exceeds the village's manager's authority, village board approval is required. The staff recommends that the village board approve the payment at the January 23rd meeting, and I'm looking for a motion to approve payment for the 2023 banking services to Fifth Third in the amount of $21,808.16.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion. Trustee Caputo, anything? I knew you were just throwing.
I know it's thrown into this, but
Right.
you know, I feel like we're probably in line between you know, Director of Finance, Larry Zoller, and us, and the rest of the board reviewing these things. I'm sure these fees are in line. If not, they'd be questioned if they weren't. So I'd be in favor of approving this amount to Fifth Third Bank.
Any comment? Julie, any comments? Larry?
As noted, the fee agreement has expired with the bank, so we are working with them, and we are requesting if we can lower the fees, that some of it might be retroactive. So I would like to see it lower than it is, but we'll have more news in the next month or so.
Okay, great. Thank you, Larry. Trustee Zora, any comments? Okay. Any comments?
No, Larry answered my question.
Okay, Megan, call the roll.
Trustee Zara?
Yes.
Trustee Council?
Yes.
Trustee Sheehan?
Yes.
Trustee Caputo?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously, Mr. President.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you, Trustee Caputo, for taking that over at the last minute.
Thank you, President DeCipio.
Okay, other reports. Our village clerk,
I have no report, Mr. President.
our village attorney,
No report, Mr. President.
our village engineer, our village treasurer, our commercial revitalization committee, Trustee Zora.
I have 4 items to report. Happier Now Cafe and Market opened Saturday, January 13th at 1016 East 31st Street. This new restaurant is open Wednesday through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Stop by to enjoy grab-and-go breakfast options, coffee and tea, as well as a variety of small plates and a curated beverage section for the sale in the market. Details for a grand opening and ribbon cutting are coming soon. And I did already try this place, and my turkey sandwich was very good. So I'm interested in returning. And for Aldi, that's located on 333 North the Grange Road, construction is underway on the new Aldi grocery store at 333 North the Grange Road in the Village Market Shopping Center. The project includes construction of a new 19,250 square foot building, parking areas, associated stormwater management, landscaping, lighting, and signage improvement. Aldi expects to open in late April of this year. The village is working with SB Friedman Development Advisors to complete redevelopment studies for the Superior Cleaners and Jiffy Lube properties in North of Grange Road and the outlets north of Jewel Esco at Oak and Sherwood. These studies will include an evaluation of the market opportunities for retail development and site capacity analysis. The consultants will present the redevelopment potential for the properties and other key findings to the village board. The next CRC meeting will take place on Tuesday, February 27th, the night of our board meeting at 6 p.m. at Village Hall. Businesses and members of the public are invited to attend and provide input on how the village can best support new and existing businesses and enhance the commercial areas in the Grange Park. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Zora, and thank you for taking over also. Motion to approve committee and collectors reports.
So moved.
All those in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Okay, I just have a couple things I want to reiterate what Trustee Sheehan mentioned with Public Works. Rick, thank you and your crew for all that you do in and out of the day to keep us safe on those streets. Tomorrow, tomorrow's Plymouth Place is soft opening, I think it is. They call it a soft opening or just an opening? Because there's one on Thursday too.
It's an invitation.
Only tomorrow?
To their ribbon cutting event tomorrow, and then it's open to the public in the day after.
Okay, so the board is, and everybody's invited tomorrow.
Yes.
So 3 o'clock tomorrow, if anybody can make it at Plymouth Place for the opening of their grand villas. And I want to thank everyone here. I'll do it. I hope I'll remember to do it on the night of the State of the Village. But thank all of you for all that you did to make this a success again, and the efforts that you put in. And Julia, you and Maggie, to do what you guys have done. And it's going to be. I haven't seen it yet. I'm sure it's good though.
So far, it's great. They just started editing it, and Maggie showed me a portion of the presentation on economic development. Was that today you showed it to me? So they move fast, these
Good,
producers
good.
of this.
Yeah, the only thing I was remiss in last week, the last meeting when we took the pictures, it was kind of thrown up there at that time, and I didn't, my brain is slower now than it's ever been. And I wish I would have thanked all of the department heads and staff for putting this together, and I will do that on the night of.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
okay, that's all that I have. Any public participation? None. Any new business? Seeing none, motion to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Everybody have a great week.
Thank you.